Tzu Chi volunteers in Malaysia provide vegetarian lunchboxes during Nine Emperor Gods Festival. Thanks to a British man who hosts a cleanup of Dan Strait River, many friends join him. Welcome to Diet Headlines. I'm Siri Su. Thank you for joining us. Every year during the Nine Emperor Gods Festival, many people will keep to a vegetarian diet. However, due to the pandemic, many vegetarian restaurants are closed in Kedah. Therefore, Tzu Chi volunteers came up with a plan.
The Nine Emperor Gods Festival is a Southeast Asian celebration, and many followers will adopt a vegetarian diet during the celebration. But in Malaysia's Chitra of Kedah, local residents could not find a vegetarian restaurant to go to during this time.
Normally,
there are 4 or 5 places that operate as vegetarian restaurants during the Nine Emperor God celebration. But this year, due to the pandemic, none of them are open. So now, we're just taking this opportunity to promote vegetarianism ourselves.
Young chef Lim Boon Ping, who was on board with Tzu Chi's campaign to promote vegetarianism, was quick to agree and headed up the kitchen to make takeout meals.
I like to cook, so I agreed to come help. When I see others enjoy the food that I make, it makes me happy.
The volunteers planned 9 days of vegetarian meals for the celebration and also encouraged everyone to not kill for food.
During the pandemic, we take more caution and not kill for food. We need to eat vegetarian food. That's what our teeth and gastrointestinal function has proven to us, that we're herbivores.
When people come to pick up their vegetarian meal box, they don't forget to donate something to show their appreciation and turn their love into strength to help more people.
In Singapore, Riza learned about benefits of vegetarianism when he was in college. Then he and his mother began to eat vegan food. They've been embracing vegetarianism for 6 years. He believes that going meatless also nurtures one's compassion for animals. He has set up an online vegan bakery with his mother and joined a volunteer group. He has dedicated himself to promoting vegetarianism.
So today I'll be making something that I've always made. I'm going to use the prawns.
Facing the camera, Riza interacts with the internet viewers as he cooks. This has become his daily activity.
Okay, so the reason I do these live streams is because I want to show people how easy it is to prepare vegan food. You know, you don't have to have like super skills in the kitchen or what, you know.
Riza, who's passionate about bodybuilding, came into contact with vegan food when he was in college. It inspired him to embrace vegetarianism.
So what I did was, I sat down with my family and we watched a bunch of videos, educational videos about eating a plant-based diet, how it was much healthier for our bodies, but not only for our bodies, but for the planet as well. And at that point of time, me and my mom, we were eating relatively healthy. So we decided to give it a try, like the plant-based diet.
Muslims only eat food that is halal certified. However, for Riza, eating vegan food means respect for life.
Malay culture, the food tends to be more on the meat-heavy side, and there can be a lot of animal products in it. But the one thing that they forget is, Prophet Muhammad is someone who would, peace be upon him, he would be someone who would speak against people who are who do animal cruelty, whether unintentionally or not. The way I feel about how people feel about dogs and cats, I feel the same way about chickens and cows and pigs. So to me, there's no difference between the two of them.
To promote vegetarianism in the past 6 years, Riza has switched jobs and joined a volunteer group. He has also improved his communication skills.
You know, I was a bit of a shy person, don't talk much and stuff, so it's been a great evolution. It really helped me become a better speaker, being able to communicate to people in the public about such issues and trying to approach it in a very non-confrontational, very friendly manner, you know, developing my personal confidence and also my ability to speak to people about such issues that I'm passionate about.
Combining faith and belief, Riza has found his own way to share the benefits of vegetarianism with the public. In Malacca, the weekend street market invited Tzu Chi to promote environmental protection. Through exhibitions and station games, the public learned about the importance of reducing garbage.
By picking up the rubbish and saving the marine wildlife, members of the public can understand how plastics have been destroying the marine ecosystem through station games.
I never noticed that I have used so many disposable items. After today's event, I learned that many items can be recycled and we should also reduce the usage of disposable items.
In Malacca, Tzu Chi volunteers and Tzu Chi Malacca Youth Group designed a series of hands-on experience regarding environmental protection, hoping to educate the public to practice environmental protection in their daily lives.
We have designed a showroom with a toilet, living room and dining room, and then put the rubbish that commonly appears in these places and ask people to think of a solution to handle these waste materials.
The young volunteer who took on the role as a guide for the first time has also learned a lot from the experience.
When I was telling the public the impacts of these rubbish that are destroying the marine ecosystem, I'm also constantly reminding myself, if we want to stop this bad cycle, we must start to carry it out from ourselves.
Everyone can begin loving the earth from their own actions. By doing so, we can make this world a better place while also achieving the Sustainable Development Goals set by the UN.
Harbin City volunteers went to the community to promote recycling. 86-year-old Wang Jinghua is a role model who does recycling every day. He has also donated land for a recycling education station. This cheerful person is inspiring neighbors to care for the earth.
Going into the community to promote how to classify recycling is Wang Jinghua, who is the oldest volunteer. This person always walks towards the front and bends down to pick up recyclables, immediately attracting the attention of residents. Wang Jinghua is 86 years old and is healthy and happy. She is the best role model. She has led many elderly people to do recycling together by example.
Everyone calls her mama for respect, but we are almost the same age. Her every move really inspires me.
Through today's event, I'm very confident we will promote recycling and environmental protection. I have to do recycling till my last breath.
This is the third community in Harbin that has been entered after the epidemic. The environment is something that everyone is concerned about, and community leaders also come out to lend their support.
Working together to turn our waste into treasure, finding things that can be recycled, reduced, and causing less harm to the environment.
The 10-finger slogan for reminders on recycling are also explained through real objects, inviting everyone to implement the classification of recycling in daily life, because we all love the earth, as everyone is responsible for this mission.
Danshui River is an affluent river in Taiwan. It attracts many tourists to visit, but there's a foreign friend who discovered that beneath the beauty of the river, there's a lot of garbage. He's been hosting a river cleanup for the past 2 months and has also attracted people to join his campaign.
The Danshui River attracts many tourists. However, there's a group of boating friends who report here on the regular.
The current's strong, Jeremy.
This day trip isn't just to enjoy some rowing, but there's a more important mission at hand.
Tracing the tiny microparticles in the fish.
This river cleanup event was inspired by Peter, who is originally from England. He met a group of friends who shares his passion, and they began meeting regularly to beautify the river.
I enjoy rowing, so I acquired a rowing boat, did the boat up, and then went rowing on the Danshui and Keelong rivers. The end of the Danshui River is something like 1.5 times worse than many other places in the world for plastic on the ocean bed. There are tons and tons of plastic sitting on the ocean bed.
If you accidentally lose a plastic bag in Taipei's North Zhongshan Road through the sewers, then at the end, the garbage goes out to the sea through Guandu.
就会从关渡出去。保丽龙跟那个球啊，还有那个安全帽啊，还有那个保特瓶啊，都是塑胶类。
The Danshui River's mangrove forest acts as a fishing net and catches the garbage in the tidal waves. Although the river water looks clean, once you get a closer look, the scene is very different. With the rowboat as an advantage, they can enter the mangrove forest and pick up the garbage, which is as strange as they come.
I was quite surprised after getting the water. All the garbage is caught underneath the tree branches.
我们觉得很惭愧。
It felt bad to have this foreign friend cleaning up our land.
打扫这边环境，然后让我们来享用。
In less than 1 hour, 10 large garbage bags were filled. They brought it on shore to sort it out. Due to Peter's influence, this river cleanup event by rowboat has been ongoing for 2 months. And it's an unspoken understanding that they will continue to do so.
It's not just for us, as I said, it's for generation after generation. We are here now, we should do something now.
The Tzu Chi recycling station in Chenzhou, China, celebrated the Double Ninth Festival with the seniors. The recycling volunteers here are not only lively but also creative. They produce a short play to tell the seniors about the advantages of going to the recycling station.
What can you do as you get older? It is explicitly shown in the short play directed by volunteers.
Because of environmental protection, the PET bottles collected can be used to make blankets, which will be donated to the disaster areas. Since it will snow in the disaster areas in winter, the blankets we donated for disaster relief can keep the survivors warm.
Tzu Chi recycling station celebrated the Double Ninth Festival and praised the elders for being healthy and doing good deeds together.
We're grateful to our elderly recycling volunteers for coming here to give of themselves over the years. We're going to recruit more elderly recycling volunteers, and we're going to enroll more.
Is delighted to come to Tzu Chi. There is also a group of kitchen volunteers in a simple kitchen. They work together to cook more than 1,000 vegetarian dishes to be shared by 200 people, promoting environmental protection through meatless diet.
There are many left-behind children in Tianjin, China. Because their parents are not with them, their learning and growth has become lonely. So the volunteers went to elementary school to care for the left-behind children.
Tianjin Tzu Chi volunteers went to Wenhua Elementary School to care for left-behind children. The theme of this visit is epidemic prevention. It is important to learn the correct way of washing hands. For school-age children, as parents are not always around, they have to learn to be independent. Jiang Tianten's mother is responsible for epidemic prevention in the community. She was almost entirely away from home in the first half of the year. He writes down his longing for his mother with a pen.
Mom, you work for others and can't stay with me at home. I should overcome my missing you and protect myself.
In addition to epidemic prevention, volunteers also teach children how to share through games. Volunteers' company allows the children to have support in their learning. They can also speak out their dreams aloud.
Although my dream is not to be a healthcare worker, my dream is to be a teacher. I think a teacher can also contribute to the country.
Although their parents are not around, with volunteers' humanities, education, and love, the children can also grow up happily.
The Tzu Chi Scholarship Award ceremony in Yilan was recently held. The winner of the study award is a student who has been suffering from spinal muscular atrophy. He has obtained multiple licenses.
I'm Chen Jingwei. I don't know how long I can live. It's true, because I'm a patient with spinal muscular atrophy. As scoliosis is very serious, my body organs have been compressed for a long time. My heart and lung functions as well as my body are weak.
However, Jingwei, who claims to be tiny, wants to impress the world. He has a Grade C accounting information license as well as Grade B and C computer software application license. He also has received many academic awards. He studied in the digital marketing department of Nanyang Institute of Technology, and his monthly transportation and nursing expenses are nearly $1,800. Such a heavy burden did not overwhelm him.
我用演讲，用募款，用奖学金，我度过了我大一。
I spent my freshman year with speeches, fundraising, and scholarships, and my academic results were the first in the class. I said this not because I'm arrogant, but I want to tell everyone that although I'm suffering this, I still work very hard. Since I don't know how long I can live, I want to live every day to the fullest.
所以我想把我的每一天都活得很精彩。
Chen Jingwei attended the Tzu Chi New Suit Scholarship Award ceremony in Yinan District. Sitting in a wheelchair, he said that he has just completed a long-distance journey from Yilan to Tainan a few days ago, which once again explored the possibility of life and inspired everyone on site.
A college student Ye Yichen comes from a single-parent family. His family lives in a metal dwelling, and the mother takes on multiple jobs to make ends meet. However, the kids are very good, and Yichen especially excelled in school.
He's very motivated to learn and is a hardworking student. The children know how to take care of their mother, so I've always felt good about them.
In the eyes of the volunteers, Ye Yichen is a thoughtful and mature child. 10 years ago, his mother divorced his father and became a single parent, raising 3 children on her own. They lived in a metal dwelling on the roof of a building, and life was difficult then.
It was in the middle of summer, and when we got to the top, we were all sweating. They only had one small fan, and the children were lying on the ground. Perhaps it was cooler there. And they were doing their homework.
When the volunteers first visited, they could not bear to see the kids study lying on the floor. Thus, the very next day, they brought over a desk as a gift.
The sisters are very good to us. This table they brought us is very sturdy. We are still using it. It's that hardy.
As a single mother raising 3 children, she needed to work 2 jobs to make ends meet.
She works 1 job during the day, and sometimes her second job is night shifts. So when we come home at night, she might not be here.
Her hands are withered, just like many of our recycling volunteers. You can tell she works hard and uses her hands a lot.
Yichen, who is the second child, gets good grades in school and has received many awards.
When I talk about my son, I can proudly say they have done well and they are very good kids.
Yichen's mother is thankful for Tzu Chi's companionship during this journey, and now that she can spare some extra money, she's very willing to donate.
3 years ago, she began to be a donating member, and I asked her to donate less, but she said it's okay. She has a job and can finally start reciprocate.
Yichen is a senior in college this year and is already interning at a company. He has a direction for his future and hopes to shoulder some of his mother's responsibility as soon as possible.
I want my mom to be happy without worries in life.
Tzu Chi volunteers have set up drone photography teams with more than 100 people from over Taiwan. Some volunteers even pay for their own equipment to assist in disaster investigation.
We can use these drone cameras to tell us where the fire is the hottest.
Standing on the ground, the view is quite limited, while drone videos can show us a 3-dimensional view. More than 3 years ago, Taichung City pioneered a drone photography volunteer team. While drones can be used on land, sea, and air, they are now a tool in disaster relief.
If the range of the fire is large, drone cameras can send pictures so you can see the actual burning situation, and the commander can judge where to stop the fire.
When drowning in water, drones can provide an aerial bird's-eye view combined with thermal imaging to quickly locate survivors.
The body temperature of the human body will be higher than the temperature of the water. When searching over a large area, it will be easy to detect the temperature difference and allow us to find the drowning person.
If the drone operator is skillful, it can go around bridge pillars and one can see very clearly.
A lifebuoy can save people, or a flotation device can be sent to the sea. We directly see the drowning people and deliver this way. This was all previously done by motorboats. We do all kinds of things that search and rescue teams can't do.
The climb to the crash site can take 2 to 3 hours. Sometimes it even takes a day or two. The advantage of our drone camera team is that they are not affected by terrain, as the drone is able to travel in displacement in the air.
The conditions in the mountains are unpredictable. The pilots stand at the highest point to control the drones, and the drone not only rescues the people waiting to be rescued, but also protects the safety of the search and rescue team.
Our drones can fly for 30 minutes with a battery. Basically, we go and fly first, cover 1 or 2 hectares of land. I can help cover a huge area.
This newest drone is equipped with an infrared camera, telephoto zoom, wide angle, and laser range measurement. The target can be 200 meters away and the image on the screen is still clearly visible. While the functions become more powerful and the airspace for disaster relief is not restricted, some general principles cannot be surpassed.
It can detect your present location and whether if there's a civil aircraft carrying people over this airspace.
Flight safety of human-operated aircraft depends on no potential interference from drones. This is the most important thing. The second thing is that we have to worry about is creating space for drone development.
Volunteer firefighters save people, and so does Tzu Chi. At the moment, there are 3 Tzu Chi volunteers working in the Taichung City Volunteer Fire Team.
As long as it's about people's safety, it doesn't matter which unit is involved. I really don't think it matters. We go wherever there's a need.
They go wherever there is a disaster, taking the lead even to places which can be reached on foot, as drones may lead the way.
At the beginning, the Tzu Chi aerial photography team was just for recording videos. I found that such aerial shots are not just for shooting events, but can also be used to save people.
Tzu Chi established a drone photography team in May 2018. At present, more than 100 volunteers have joined from all over Taiwan, and 30 of them have obtained drone photography licenses. Except for participating in the domestic disasters, they have also helped conduct a survey of white dolphins. From Maui to Chiayi, they simultaneously filmed at 18 points. Also the largest beach cleaning activity on the west coast, which involved 6,000 participants, was also joined by the Tzu Chi drone photography team.
When there's more area, we can help concentrate our manpower. In the past, such a large group of people working on the entire beach would be hard to control and direct.
Technological assistance can help provide smart disaster relief, as drones can go up higher and farther now, bringing unlimited hope and help to rescue and cleanup activities.
Tzu Chi Texas chapter has joined hands with Houston Food Bank to distribute food to the needy for twice a month. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.